leader achieves success not only for oneself, but for the whole team. A leader's success is for the team, by the team, with the team. Team building is the essence of leadership. Today, as part of Leadership Series by Global TV, we are very happy to bring such a leader who firmly believes that team building is the essence of leadership. Dr. M. Narendra, welcome to this discussion on leadership.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Dr. Narendra was the chairman and managing director of Indian Overseas Bank. He was the executive director of Bank of India. He was the chief general manager with Corporation Bank. Today, he leads an organization called N-Cube Collaboration as an advisor, which is a think tank organization which is into organizing webinars and seminars and conferences on current topics. He's a director with Adani Enterprises. He's a director of Mahindra First Choice. He's a director of Mahindra Rural Housing Finance. He is associated with Assocham as the banking and finance wing of Assocham as the chairman. He has won many awards during his illustrious career as a banker. Notable amongst them was the Banker of the Year award in 2013, instituted by Sunday Standard. I'm sure Dr. Narendra's words of wisdom on leadership will definitely enlighten the listeners of this program. Thank you so much, Dr. Narendra, for joining us today.
Yeah. It is my great pleasure to participate in the Global TV, that too leading by Tom. I've been watching your leadership series. It has been coming out very well. And this is a good initiative by N.V. Paulus.
Thank you. See, as leaders, some of them show leadership characteristics at a very early age in their life. What has been your experience? Did you show leadership qualities at an early age, or you build it up as you grew up in your career?
Yeah, Tom, I am really great fortunate to have born in a family where both my father and mother, they are leader by themselves. In a way that my father was also in a, military, teaching Hindi to the military personnel. And of course, for his mother's commitment, he had to leave and come back and joined as the teacher in the school where we had from the first standard to my college days. That is called Vidyadhani High School and Vidyadhani Primary School and Govinda's College. So he was the principal, headmaster of that school. And later he became visiting faculty in the Govinda's College. So being a very high discipliner and also having a, very simple at the same time, humbleness. And also he was always to the point and very frank. And his teaching has even quite a lot of students who have today occupying all over the world. And that particular school also earlier was headed by, he's a Rashtrapati Mr. M. Vasudev Rao. So that school had a good name. And in that, he was later became headmaster. And so his also crave for knowledge. What they've been telling that all my children, we are 5 brothers and 2 sisters. So what I can give you is asset is knowledge. So you have to study well. You have to also be very active in your school days or your college days. And you must be loved by the teachers and the other students. And you must come up in your life. So that was the by which my father had the vision and he was working. Parallelly, my mother, even though she is hardly 5th standard, she had the vision to see that my children have to study well. And similarly, she has mentioned that when you do well and you earn at least 10% of your salary, you must pay for social service, because she believed in social service. And she used to help quite a lot of downtrodden and other people who were connected with our house, coming for some work and other things. And whenever they off season, they need money, she used to give it to them. And some maybe as a what you call free gift also. And she used to take them to hospital and other services. And later she became the president of Mahila Mandal, Kulai, for more than 27 years. And my father founded that Mahila Mandal. So after my retirement of my father, he also associated in this type of Gram Sangha and other activity. So during that period, I also became the president of Yuva Mandal in that place. So that being connected to the people, moving around, giving leadership to not only to me, others also. In fact, it so happened in the college also, we used to meet or greet our professors, and they loved us, and they said that every evening we'll have a badminton match, and you are also part of that, like me, a few of them. So after that, we used to go up to the city area along with them. And after all initial discussion and other things, at late night or reasonably, means around maybe 7:38, I used to return home. So this interaction with the college professors, that also has given quite a lot of input to me. And we had the principal called G.K. Rao. He was a very disciplined person as well as very knowledgeable person. He had worked earlier in MGM College, Manipal. So with that background, we used to little have a fear, at the same time more guidance and direction from him. So in the whole teaching and non-teaching staff had a certain amount of what you call love and affection amongst me as well as other students. And it so happened I got the 3rd rank in the Mysuru University. And that became a good point of or a reputation for that institution also. Of course, like me, a few people got the award or recognition. So my point to tell you that my early leadership is from father and mother. And later it has been inbuilt by being with the principals and teachers of right from the our lowest standard to the highest, that high school as well as college. And few of us, like students who had also very close interaction, they had also given a lot of input to that. I cannot say I am the only person having the leadership. We have to seek and get from wherever we get an opportunity. That has given me. So overall, this, and similarly, to tell you that 5 brothers, 2 sisters for a teacher family is not an easy job to see that everybody That's gets true. So first of all, we were all getting a rank or some of this scholarship, and we had that benefit. Otherwise, getting that education was a little challenging. That second, there are quite a lot of religious functions about ours. Similarly, including me, like all of us will have to have a thread ceremony. So all that my mother used to manage without any much, in a way, showing that we had a slight difficulty in finance. So that showed that she had the financial management knowledge. And she used to, up to 11:30 also, she will read all the novels. And she will go to all the dailies. And that also I showed, because when I was later also moved to my job also, I saw I must be coming, because I was the president of Rotaract Club of Mangalore. So I was coming always late. But my mother used to wait. And next day by 7 o'clock, I had to go for law college. Again, she will be ready. So this type of their sacrifice has given quite a lot of that leadership qualities to all of us. And they were all the role model for quite a lot of others also, not in the college and as well as in the society. So your point is, we must respect and give gratitude to our parents, and all the whatever input we have there, we should be humble enough to say that it is due to the surroundings and the environment and the such an atmosphere provided by the parents, and they themselves giving the leadership. One of, just for the time, I would also add that she gave me opportunity for we had 2 cows to rare. You can take it out. Similarly, we can sell the milk. Then she would do some flowers and all. She will say, you go and sell it. Then some our homegrown mangoes and other things. So even to go to the market and sell it and all. See, it may be look today. So when we achieved this position, all these teachings and trainings and that exposure helps us. So anyway, I once again, acknowledge their contribution. Yeah.
I think two things come out very well. I think the message is not only for the people who are listening as aspirants to leadership, but I think the message is also for parents as well as to teachers, that the early leadership skills, or any skill for that matter, comes from the parents first, then from the teachers.
Yes.
So they should show role model if they want their children to achieve leadership positions. I think that's a message which I take from your story.
And they have to also build up, as you said, a great vision for children, and they must continue to give that inputs to the children and remind them. And that's why upbringing of children itself, the parenting and upbringing, is a big art to be learned. So even the current generation are also having that similar, and we find the differentiation where there is upbringing has been good. The environment in the school and other level where you embrace the better environment, those children excel throughout their life. And there may be some people who may be lacking that, or who would not have got the opportunity, they little get setback. So your point is well taken, sir. That is what we have to do.
Right. Doctor, is there any person whom you think has influenced your leadership style? Of course, you talked about your parents. Other than that, in your career, did you come across anyone who influenced you in your career?
No, see, that is where I wanted to do throughout my, studies, that I wanted to do CA. So we had even opted Kannada medium, so that I will get because that time only commerce was in the Kannada medium. So then as soon as I got the rank, my brother arranged admission, because of course rank holders can get admission anywhere for a CA as a trainee, but he arranged in Mangalore, and that company was called Umanath Rao and Company. But parallelly I got in Ferguson Company. So one, the hard training and need to be patient. One thing I found that period, whenever you work as a trainee, this will be the case with the most of the CA trainees, that your other seniors and your boss will make you to work so much. And at the same time, they don't appreciate your work. And they will say that you are supposed to work and you have to work. And unfortunately, there were somewhere, in your young days when you come, after all that, you feel why these people are behaving in this fashion. So that was there in my mind. And it so happened my corporation bank sent a direct request to the college that we are offering an officer trainee post. You come and join. So that college informed me. Then I went for test and interview. Grateful to those interview board. They selected me as an officer trainee. And at that particular time, my father also retired. I thought I should change the track. And that became a track change. From CA, I became the officer trainee in corporation bank. But what I found in the corporation bank that period for me, that it is in the growth stage. It is it had the so many years of, it is opened in 1906. I joined in 1975. So even though quite a lot of years has passed through, the bank was still in the little regional character and not grown much. So right from the beginning, I had the opportunity of working of course, later, he is not there, Mr. K.R. Karan, who is an excellent PRO. And he had all the ethics of public relation, and he's a Rotarian also in a big way. So how ethics and PR and other connectivity we have to do, I learned from our K.R. Karan. That is that time he was the DGM and later became GM and all. So later I got again, when our office moved to a new premises, next I got the boss called Mr. Y.S. Hegde. Y.S. Hegde was the Vijaya Bank, number 2 after Sundaram Shetty. So he joined Corporation Bank as a special officer. So I was in that planning and development department. I could see quite a lot of dynamism and a lot of energy, and no one pushing nature. Anything, no, he will have the sense of urgency, and speed is the capital. So this another thing is Mr. Y.S. Hegde gave me that particular department as if I am the next line in command.
Okay.
Even though I was an officer trainee, he gave me that opportunity. And he used to allow me and a few of my colleagues from that department that you can go to the, what you call, executive director. You can go and meet the MD or chairman. That time, we had NN Pai as the chairman, and Mr. J.B. Kamath was the ED. So we had a direct access. Now, normally a boss, what he does is, he doesn't make you to get your exposure to the higher top level, so that they may have a sense of little feeling that insecurity. But here is a man who gave me that, no, you have to learn that. You have to go there, face them. Whatever question is there, you must reply there or come back and take and convince them. So that is the one thing. Second, they gave me the opportunity that year only, 1976 was the Platinum Jubilee. We applied for 100 license and we opened 100 branches. So one was the dynamism which I found from Mr. Y.S. Hegde. And as we went through the banking period, I found that the series of people who have come, like Mr. Vittaldas Deelar, who became the later Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank, and Mr. Ramurthy, K.R. Ramurthy, he is one of the best that time, chairman of the bank later, who also believed in succession planning and leadership and change management. So he was giving lot of input of knowledge to a bunch of our people. And we had in 1970, of course, this was slightly earlier, 1976 itself, we had a BTC special training for around 75 people of us. And later again, during Mr. Y.S. Hegde's chairmanship, we got 3 months training. And as soon as Ramurthy started, he gave us the technical and other knowledge inputs. So, and also getting the succession plan and creating leaders and giving them exposure in the respective area of their, what you call, expertise. Like, suppose I was considered as one of the best marketing person. Okay. So that marketing qualities were there. So I went through later, from there to our Vidyanagar, Goa, then to Ahmedabad, Navarangpura, then to Delhi, Connaught Circus and Bikaji Kama, then Nariman Point and the fort. So until I became a DGM, these are all the major branches that were given, so that you get a 100% what you call knowledge about the, not only in the head office and the field. Ideally, not normally, some people keep them in only head office and they don't make them to move around. Now, I feel that whenever opportunity comes, you have to move. Now, without time waste, but I give you an example. I was given one challenging task by Mr. Y.S. Hegde that time, that we have to revive this Vidyanagar, Goa. Ideally, this branch was run by one of the local branch manager who belonged to that, and most of the deposits are his only. His NRI, he didn't expand. So we have been told to close. You have to go and see whether we have to close or expand. So when I went in 81 or 80, I found that nobody was coming to the bank. There was no operation. So we and myself and one clerk. And what we did, after our regular operation, I told the nearby landlady who was and she had 3 daughters. So when they come from the college and all, we say that we close the cash, you be in the branch. And myself and the clerk, we started moving around. And we went to the Chowgle College and said that we would provide training, your classes for your students. Now that gave a push. All the principal and professor and college account got opened. So, and same branch, later we moved to a new premises, and today is one of the best branch. So what you are coming to your point that every moment or every place we get leadership inputs, every opportunity throws us quite a lot of challenges, but at the same time, good opportunities. And I cannot forget the leadership qualities which are given right from my young days in the bank, right from what are the names I mentioned, and including including Mr. K.R. Shanai, who was from the Reserve Bank. He gave me quite a lot of input. So we are the lucky had such a galaxy of the senior leaders. And later, of course, Mr. Sambamurthy also. He was the man who gave me the post of CGM. And that really gave me the knowing the entire bank. So your point is that nobody can be say that he made by himself. And he must look for role model. And apart from that, we were also looking for the role model in the industry. See, that is another thing. There are banks like State Bank of India. Then after later time, the HDFC Bank, Mr. Aditya Puri. So these are and State Bank had a very successful chairmen. So we used to talk about these two banks, and in the other, Oriental Bank of Commerce, like that, those banks we used to talk. And our certain products like cash management services, we used to sell it to all these banks. No, not the Oriental, what I'm telling, HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank. And I had the opportunity in Bombay to meet all these bank top people. That gave me quite a lot of inputs, how a private sector is managed efficiently and how that could be imbibed in the public sector bank.
So just to put, I think you answered two questions of mine. One is like you had an incident which changed your career, because you would have been a chartered accountant. If not for the third rank you got in the university, which made you pull towards as an officer trainee. Then, of course, the incident which really was a challenge for you was the taking over the branch in Goa and then turning it around, which really, gave you that confidence. Like, if I am given an opportunity, I will prove it as a success. And I'm sure your superiors would have got the confidence. Like, give him a chance, he will do very well. And you also talked about how an immediate supervisor can have a huge impact by giving more responsibility to the people who work around with you, rather than keeping them aloof from the seniors. Give them the opportunity. The people with good skills will definitely come up. So as a leader, if you want to build your team, you have to give them the opportunity when the opportunity arises.
Yeah, and full power of delegation and decision-making power. And sometimes, that like in a bank, when we were in head office, suddenly there is a demand by the top management, particularly chairman or the board level. And my boss may not have much time to implement that. So he would ask me, means our group. And I'm very happy that time, entire group rose to the occasion and delivered that within that time. So, as you rightly said, this type of opportunity given by the boss will help us also. Yeah.
Any major challenge you faced as a leader in your journey as a leader, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Yeah, that's what he was coming to that. From Goa, I went to another branch that is called Nabarangpura, Ahmedabad. It is a very posh locality, very good branch. But unfortunately, the branch had that time hardly 1 crore of business. And that time there were complete curfew there. So we had to have the curfew pass. And every day when I went there, first day itself, that so-called leaders, they said that you closed the shutters. So I had to take charge. I was taking charge. So I came out and shouted that, who are you to decide? We are all there as a seniors here, and we know how to take the responsibility and when to decide. Now you can will have a positive impact, because once you don't go with the wave, which you may not appreciate, then it is not proper. If you feel that you have a right to demand, you have to show that. So I showed that I will decide when to make it to, because those days, everybody coming there, reporting and then closing and going, because everywhere they say here there were violence, that violence. I said no. So they all sat in their place and they were doing work. And at the appropriate time, we also, because by the other banks, if they have done that type of help, we would have done. So this is the one challenge there, which gave me a good rapport with the staff. They appreciated that he's not just like, we can take for granted. We have to. At the same time, I am always friendly with and I don't sit at my cabin only. I move around and I encourage them. I pat them. So that branch one had another challenge, that there was a Swaminarayan Mela or fair for 60 days. And we were not part of the bank. There are some 8 banks were to be put up and we were not part. So I went and met the people and all. They said, you are not a banker and how come at the late hours you come and all. I said, no, you give me an opportunity. And see, we should appreciate the same. Mr. Y.S. Hegde was the chairman. We came out and he said, tomorrow you can pay the fees. We will give you. So I got the discussion with the chairman. He said, yes, pay the 80,000. That time, 80,000 is not a small amount. Correct. In 1985, we paid that money. Now, after paying that and coming to the branch, along with the regional manager, we were discussing with the staff how to manage this, because they gave us all the stalls and all the books selling, then all the coin. They did some various gold coin and all. You have to do all this service. That was the demand, because maybe the other banks were not accepting. They were challenging us. So I asked that we have to keep the branch from morning 7 to night, maybe 2 o'clock. How to do that? So we have to have a shift hours. So when I asked our staff, along with the regional manager, they said, you have to give us overtime. We will not otherwise come for that. It is not part of our regular duty. So my regional manager that time, so bold. He took the help of the head office and he recruited 14 BSRB, Banking Service Recruitment Board candidates for our branch. And he said, these are all the newcomers. And he ensured that they joined quickly. All they came. And we said, okay, they will be put on the, your shift hours. And the other existing senior staff, and all others, then they came in terms. They said, no, sir, let them work because they are new to the bank. Let them work here. We will manage. And see, this is where if you are firm about it and you are committed to that task and you know that this task is for betterment of the bank or your institution, and you have the support of head office and your own immediate boss, then the part of our other operating staff will also appreciate and come forward. And we managed, Tom, that this stall right from, including myself, was going there. And in fact, myself and my, that time, Mr. Padgaonkar, we started counting the cash. Both of us, and sometimes you are getting sleep and late night, and that entire cash will have to be again deposited with our branch. And somebody should go with the normal formality of insurance, everything. So that was around 2 o'clock in the night. And next day again, 7 o'clock there. So with that managing of 60 days fair, and my colleagues all gave me good support. And otherwise, opening a branch or night and all is not advisable. But yes, all that with the security also. And that time, one of the CGM of State Bank who had also stall, he always, every day, new people were seniors, VIPs were visiting our stall, including the Swamiji visited and our stall. So he came and said to my regional manager, if at all we had a leader like Narendra and his colleagues, that we would also performed well in his stall. So whereas we collected more than 1 crore deposit during that period, and that Swaminarayan became a good connection to the bank. So one, I'm telling you, this type of challenges I faced both in Delhi and in Bombay. One, for example, when I went to Nariman Point, it was almost, a branch which all the business went to, a new branch of overseas which they opened. Yes, so yes, that was a foreign, your Diamond branch. It was called Diamond. So we are the first bank to give loan to the diamond sector during that period, gem and jewelry. So that branch, then they made it 2. So I had been posted from Connaught Circus. Somebody said it is a punishment for you. You have been posted there you are too. Then it so happened with our public contact and all that, that branch got so many corporate accounts. Today, whatever, Birla or such of the big name. And it became #1 branch of the bank. And even that Navarangpura later, that was the first branch to cross 50 crores. So in that branch, there was one demand that we have to renovate the branch. So when I took the challenge, my staff said, sir, you just like you, so many people came. They said they will renovate and all. They have not done that at all. And how you will do? And we have to go to another alternative premises. So I had the full support, my regional manager. We said, no, we will divide the branch in two. One part will do the banking services, other will, the work will start. You know, in a work, there will be so many disturbance, carpenter,
Yes.
and all that was happening. So this staff, you know, they gave a slightly non-cooperative attitude that time. So, you know, in Bombay, we do a lot of religious program called Satyanarayana Puja and all. So in that puja also, quite a lot of them didn't participate. But when we finally completed and shown them that with the whatever we meant, and today that furnishing was like your foreign bank type furnishing. So what I want to say, every branch gives you some challenge or other, but if you that made up your mind and you have the core commitment to that, and it is necessary for the branch and it is in the interest of the bank and it will be have to be implemented, then you get help from every level. And even though initial hiccups, but you should be pursuance, you will achieve that goal. That's my point.
Very, very well said, Dr. Narendra. In fact, you answered two questions in one through your beautiful anecdotes. One is that how do you overcome a challenge? You also said you can overcome resistance from your team by demonstrating that what we say is what we will implement. And once they know that we are serious about what we are saying, the cooperation will automatically come. Definitely, whenever we implement something innovative, there will be resistance. But as leaders, we should be willing to face the resistance and we should be able to overcome these resistances.
Correct.
Dr. Narendra, so nice. And we will continue this discussion.
Thank you, Tom. That really know that everybody at various levels get quite a lot of that kickstart, and the environment as well as the organization which you have selected provides us quite a lot of opportunity. So one concept I would like to bring to your notice is a concept of abundance. So we must continuously maintain the abundance in our what you call energy. And we have infinite energy, and that is so much possibilities of achieving that. So in the right from your young age, if you have maintained the concept of abundance in your whole action, then you get the benefit of momentum. See, another important is you must utilize each of the momentum benefit and excel. And this concept, luckily from my various younger days, had that with me. So I had no fear or no hesitation, and whatever I narrated. And another thing is to be pure from heart. You should be pure from heart. And you must also embrace your staff. Your first question is without embracing the staff. And some of those staff later have become good friends of us. And each one has an aspiration. And each one, and you have to provide an opportunity for them. So I am very happy to communicate through your channel that every one of us should strive hard and make our institution great and our colleagues great, and also the societal value we have to create. And that all could be achieved when you have the concept of abundance and momentum. Thank you.